Pokemon Generation 10 is going to come out next year in 2026. Legends EA is coming out this year, 2025, which these are two different games. I'm bringing that up because I've had a lot of comments recently of people being a little confused about the difference of Legends EA and Generation 10. But anyways, with Gen 10, I think it'd be really cool for them to introduce a brand new type. And now we did just get the Stellar type with Scarlet and Violet, but it really would be cool for Pokemon, with their 10th generation and the 30th anniversary to give us a brand new Pokemon type. This could be, maybe a new Cosmic type or a digital type or a light type. We're gonna break it down and go in depth here. And if you don't mind, please subscribe to my second channel, Fandora's Clips. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Any support goes such a long way. Link in the description. All right, back to the video. So Cosmic would be super cool. I think this could be a great introduction to give us kind of a more wide range of wild looking Pokemon. The strengths could be maybe Dragon and Fairy, and its weaknesses could be Dark and Bug. It could be super effective against Psychic and Dragon. Now what I like about this idea is that it's like a space theme. This could really go well for future Pokemon games. Maybe you can get some more Pokemon games based in space in the future, or Pokemon with space. It obviously reminds me of the Ultra Beast, Sun and Moon and everything like that. So it would be really cool to get a Cosmic type. I don't know how they would really implement it within this game though, because Generation 10 is going to be taking place in Greece. There were a lot of Greek philosophers in ancient Greece that played a major role in modern day astronomy. The ancient Greeks really were interested in astronomy, so it would kind of make sense to go with some space theme, maybe some star themed Pokemon. I think that would be super awesome, and I really do think this could open up a whole new book or a whole new chapter of what Pokemon designs could actually really look like. And now the Ultra Beasts are kind of insane looking. Some of them are just wild, so maybe tone it down a little bit compared to the Ultra Beasts. A cool idea would maybe make Pokemon that are based on different constellations. Orion's Belt could be a hunter Pokemon. We have the constellation Leo, could be a new lion Pokemon. We have a Hydra constellation as well, which could be a Hydra, which literally would actually make sense for a Greek-based Pokemon game. We have a Pegasus, there are dragons. There are a lot of constellations that look like something that could be a Pokemon. Now, that would be the coolest thing ever. I would love to see some Pokemon based on constellations. We do have some Pokemon that are space themed, but I think it would be cool just to give us a whole bunch of brand new space Pokemon. Now, the last time we got a brand new Pokemon type was X and Y, and that introduced the Fairy type. Other than the Stellar type, but it's a little different. So with X and Y, we got the Fairy type, which introduced, Sylveon and all the new Fairy Pokemon, which is super cool. So, and it's cool that we're going back to the region where those games took place in. Pokemon X and Y are the same region as Pokemon Legends EA. It's the Kalos region, and it would be really cool to see maybe some new Pokemon within that game, but I don't know. It doesn't look like we're getting new Pokemon for Pokemon Legends EA. Seems like we're just getting some new Mega Evolutions, which, hey, I'm good with that. Now, a Light type could be a pretty cool Pokemon type. Its strengths could be Dark and Ghost. The weaknesses could be Steel and Grass. It could be super effective against Dark and Ghost. This could be like a Pokemon that resembles some sort of, glowing beam of light or celestial beings. Now, this kind of would also make sense to go hand in hand with the Constellation Pokemon idea. Maybe we could have two new types with Light and Constellation, or Light and Cosmic, or whatever you want to call that other Pokemon type. It would be really cool to see just some really angelic looking Pokemon. Something like that I think would be really cool, and once again could really push the boundaries for a lot of new Pokemon designs. And it would also kind of balance the idea of a Dark type, which was introduced to counter the Psychic type. Just, kind of like the opposite of Dark, Light. I think that'd be pretty sick. A lot of people online want a digital type, which I think if they were to ever do this, it probably would have been Generation 9. I feel like this is a cool idea. However, I'd rather see Pokemon that are not robots. A lot of people have been bringing this up over the last couple of years, so I thought it would be cool to mention. So these Pokemon would be basically robotic Pokemon. If you haven't played the game Horizon from PlayStation to Sony game, this could be kind of what they do. Robot versions of animals that could even, kind of be more than just what that animal is. Now, it would be cool to have a digital type. It could be some sort of glitchy cyber Pokemon, and maybe the strengths could be Electric, Psychic. It could be weak against ground and water. I think it'd be pretty cool, but like I said, I think I'd rather just see regular looking Pokemon over the digital kind of cyber robotic Pokemon. The Paradox Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet were cool, but they just didn't really hit me on a different level, you know what I'm saying? I thought they were cool, but they didn't wow me. I just prefer natural Pokemon. It would be also kind of cool if they just made the Stellar type more of an official, Pokemon type, a full type. You know, I think Arceus would be great to have a stellar type. Type Null, obviously Terapagos, you know, maybe a new evolution. Something like that would be really cool. We're going to go over another fun segment where I ask you guys a question on the community tab on my channel, and I ask what's the most overrated Pokemon of all time. So if you want to turn on the post notifications so you don't miss these fun little questions I ask, this is a brand new segment that I just introduced like a couple days ago. So we're going to go over all 20 of these comments. Basic, but Charizard, I mean, Charizard is pretty much like the most, or if not one of the most popular Pokemon of all time, but you know, sometimes he may be a little overrated, but it is kind of the GOAT. Like, he is kind of the classic. Charizard or Mewtwo? I feel like there's going to be a lot of Charizards. Yeah, here's another one. Charizard, Greninja, Umbreon, or Mewtwo. I'm surprised that people are saying Mewtwo. Arceus or Rayquaza. Honestly, Rayquaza is extremely overhyped. Rayquaza is one of the coolest looking Pokemon. Starting to be Umbreon, that's true. I feel like a lot of people like Umbreon only because a lot of people like Umbreon. I feel like all the other evolutions don't get as much love anymore. Like, no one talks about Leafeon. When the heck was the last time you heard somebody talk about Leafeon? Emboar, it's the beefiest Firestarter and yet has the lowest defense stats. Honestly, I've never heard people really talk about Emboar much. I'm kind of an Emboar fan, I can't lie. I am an Emboar lover. You know, his stats may not be the best, but I've always been a fan of Emboar and Tepig. We got 2 more Charizards and another Greninja. May the 4th be with you. May the 7th be with you. That's the date that I'm recording this. I haven't watched the Star Wars movies in a long time. I need to watch them again. Lucario, another Greninja. Honestly, Lucario, I think, is worth the hype. I think he's, like, not too overhyped, but Greninja is very, very hyped up to the point where it's like people forget about the other Gen 6 starters. I feel like Fennekin and Delphox, they kind of deserve some more love, but I do love the GOAT Greninja. I was never too crazy about Swampert or Blaziken. Sceptile is big. Sceptile is awesome. I don't really care too much about Swampert. I do like Blaziken too, though. Gengar himself said Gengar. I hope that's a joke. That's hilarious. Lugia, it's literally a box legendary, has 0 lore to it. My friends gave me hate for not liking Lugia more than Ho-Oh, but I feel like Lugia is so stale. I do wish we had some more, you know, info about Lugia. Lugia's design is insane. Like, I love the design of Lugia. I wouldn't necessarily say it's overhyped, because I feel like no one really talks about Lugia too much anymore, but I do wish we had some more stuff about Lugia. Still love Pikachu, but I'm going to say it's Pikachu is like the mascot, though. Pikachu is kind of low-key overrated, but it kind of makes sense because Pikachu is just the classic, you know what I'm saying? And then Greninja, oh man, this person hates Greninja. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications. My goal is to hit 30,000 subscribers before the end of this year. I think it's possible. I maybe cutting it close, but I think it's possible. So any sport goes such a long way. And like I said earlier, make sure to check out my second channel. The link is in the description down below. I'm trying to get 1,000 subs over there. And if you are a real one watching this far in the video, comment down below sweet potato fries, just to confuse the people that aren't watching this far in the video. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.